lift in my life. Because your boy's saying, because even on the cloudy day, remember yesterday was a cloudy day and a rainy day, but today is a new day, and I feel new neurons and endorphins and cells popping, and you're gonna come in with me to the log gym, and we're gonna get it in. Good morning. Peace, brother. Let's go. Let's go. So last time you were in the jungle with me. Get out. That's right. As soon as you hit these inclines, you start climbing and dodging and getting my whole life in order. This is what it takes to be able to make myself the man I want to be, and to get out of the mind that wants to stay on the phone and play through the same three apps, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, and pretend that I'm living a full life without actually living at all. That's the challenge. To walk it out, to be able to grab yourself. Oh man, this is fucking nice. Whew. This is really nice. To be able to grab yourself and train yourself to do things when you're not doing them. And that's one of the hardest things to do, is to do the things that you don't want to do instead of doing the things that feel comfortable. It's a challenge, not gonna lie. I'll sit there on the phone, on the shitter, on the couch, front of the TV on, phone on, and I'll be like, you're really not living right now. And be like, yeah, I know, but I'm so comfortable. I deserve it. I deserve some relaxed time. I worked out 2 days in a row. I started talking to myself. And it depends on what self listens, right? Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Sometimes I am listening to myself. Sometimes I'm numbing myself. Looked out for some research that just happened, and turns out they're coming up with a pill to thwart or to not enjoy the THC in weed. I thought that was pretty interesting. And I was like, fuck me if it's not a real addiction. I call it Saints addiction for a reason, just because I had to take an honest deep dive at the things I was addicted to. Porn, girls, alcohol, weed, and which ones were going and which ones were staying. Turned out they all had to go. And turned out weed is about the only thing. Join Weed Club, baby. Join Weed Club's about the only thing that I still wanted to be addicted to. Now, you might say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Are these kids still camped out over here? They're still here. No fucking way. These kids have camped out like a whole week every day. They're out here. Little fuckers. Let me go around them. I don't want to disturb them. Last time I was just trying to get through. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta get through it. And I've been getting through this forest, learning my way around, getting lost in the sauce. Yesterday I came around here and I was like, oh shit, I remember this trail. I remember coming over here and seeing this log crisscross this log, applesauce. And I was like, oh yeah, I remember being down here, down this long and lonesome road. And then I took another route out. That I've been doing a lot of wishing and wanting. And the truth is that I've had that. I had an amazing, I wouldn't say amazing childhood, but I had an amazing, and other organizations so that I could become a full human being. You need someone to guide you and show you other than the patterns that you're on. If I was left to my dad's devices, I would have been just in front of the TV watching football games, having a big thing of milk with extra cheese pizza and calling that dinner. I had to learn from other people how to cook, how to make candles, looking at science and biology, and check it out, man. I have to take my minds on walks, dude. It's not merely the workout. I mean, all that negative that comes into my life, and hopefully push in all the positives that are between the shadows. So when I'm sitting there wishing and hoping or praying or whatever you want to call it, I end up isolating myself and not realizing the blessings that I do have. Yeah, I'm arguing with my mom and we don't always see eye to eye, but at least she's still alive. And I know it would just crush me the day that she dies, kind of like when my grandpa passed away. To where I'm trying to get to, whether it be alone or with somebody, I'm getting me there. I've had tremendous amount of trauma, and I've also had tremendous amount of joy. And to weigh each thing on this scale, the proverbial scale, check out these clouds and the view from the top of the hill. It's not a sliding scale, I can tell you that. It's more like weighing what are our moralities. You're not just you're not just dating. You're dating their morals. And you're not just working out. You're getting your mind right. And you're not just wanting anything. You have enough. And that's enough to miss the bus. I don't know if anybody else is up here this morning. It might be only me at the gym, but gotta get it in. See, I'm going to the log gym, but check out the views from up top, y'all. Check out the views from the top of the hill. Looks like the Simpsons out here. We got the Simpsons. We got people relaxing. And you got your boy Marky Saint. High noon. Specifically, not high, but it is noon. And there's no one else out here. How awesome is that? I'm the only one at the gym. So shout out to David Outdoor Equipment for making this a reality. Shout out to Finland for making the stairway to heaven or hell, however you want to put it. This bitch keeps you humble. And as we talk about, I guess I'll just hit this gym and talk about walking it out, working it out, getting the feeling back inside me, where I start feeling like a regular human being, or feel like a better version of myself, or not feel the negativity of the relationship that I didn't have, the loss of my child, how many times I've been to prison, how many times I can be critical of myself and beat myself up over and over again, trying to get different results in the end. Makes no sense. And I'm here to talk about it. Right here, your boy Marky Saint, live from the cloud-covered gym. Let's get it in. I gotta do some squats, but let's go. Oh, you know what? Let's do it right here. It's a better view. So I start with the squats, get the hard stuff first, and then getting the easy stuff later. Most of the workouts are about stretching, stretching that distance between feeling good and feeling bad, making that transition happen more easily. Thanks, sunlight. Now you're coming out. Let me get my hat back on. That's probably the thing that we all do and never talk about. We all are, as soon as you wake up in the morning, searching and looking. Oh, by the way, check out the Saints Addiction hat. Yeah, check out the fashion. Check out the fashion. Fashion is my passion. All right, so getting that guy that wakes up to feel good about life. Check out the weight loss. Yeah, buddy. check out the no sugars for almost a month. Check out the abs. Are there any abs in this shot? Is there any abs? Abs. I'm gonna go do abs, as the girl used to say. I'm gonna go do abs. I'm gonna get some discipline. But most importantly, I'm getting out of my mind, man. I don't know if it's just me. Actually, I know it's not just me. We are in a war, chemical warfare, of giving my body and mind the chemicals it needs to survive or feel better or not be in competition, not be jealous, not be spiteful, not be hateful, but to be present and in the moment. And that's what I've been working on. Let's get to some lightweight first. Let's do some lightweight drills. Shout out to David Outdoor Equipment. This shit's super dope. Let me show this off a little bit, actually, just so you can see it. What's up, one viewer? Check this out. It's called David. And this equipment, minus the tag, shows each different thing in Phoenix, of course, in kilos, of course. But it's a really cool system where all you got to do is just pull the lever and adjust the weights in each one. There's a David logo without somebody scribbling on it. There's a David logo right there. And to be able to have free equipment to free my mind, I'm extremely grateful. I kind of got to get off these Google Photos. They be fucking with my mind, you know, showing me visions from 2 years ago. Still 2 years ago. I still have emotional triggers to seeing my ex. Maybe that's the other addiction too. I picked that up about 2-3 years ago. I just kind of scanned the news to see what's going on in the world. So part of it's the curiosity, but then it drives the chemicals in our brain. And you look at things that are pretty insane, like people that have lost a child, or the 2 boys that were like playing with their kitten in the backyard and had a random gunshot shoot them, or, you know, the mom that'll drive her whole family into the water. The amount of suicide and hurt and pain that's shared throughout the world. We can even still have war in the 21st century. There's plenty to focus on that's not working. And then I read in the news that like AI, something I still haven't even touched and maybe have an aversion to, and I'm used to doing the work myself, let alone programming some computer to do the work for me. So maybe I'm too old school and I want the joy of doing the actual work myself, and I don't even know if it's a joy to make things more simplistic. And as the world's getting more things done for us, fast food's made for us, robo-taxis, robots in general. My buddy was actually, we were talking about it last night. He works at GE Healthcare, and he's like, I work with robots that work with humans, and it's just a torso and 2 arms and clippers, but they work close in hand with, sounds like a jet. I don't know, I've been seeing helicopters and shit, but anyway, back to the cloudy day. Partially cloudy. It's not all cloudy. Yesterday was rain, but follow along with me. Welcome to your boy Marky Saint. This is my gym workout. This is how I work out my demons, baby. Demons. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. And if you like working out too, I highly workout tanks, women's workout tanks. I re-up those domain names. Just trying to get people more healthy, and it's not in a superficial aesthetic way, you know. I'm not trying to get 6-pack abs. I'm trying to get regular heartbeats. I don't want to have any pains in my chest so I don't swallow foods that I'll regret. It's it's a training. It's literally a practice. And that word literally means to repeat the same behavior. And we don't know that we're practicing our current conditions. We kind of just be, well, at least I'm comfortable and I'm safe. Well, that's enough. And I'm like, what if you risk being happier? You know, what if you became addicted to happiness? And I was watching one of those banged up abroad, locked up abroad, they called her the Madam of Cocaine, going from Berlin to Australia, getting busted with cocaine. And she went to the jail a complete junkie, started doing heroin, started smoking cigarettes. Then one day they transferred her to another cell, another prison, and all that stopped. They put her in a white room, a padded room, and then she had nothing to distract herself, and she started to realize that pain was a good distraction. It's kind of like girls' drama. It kind of distracts you from your decisions, and that's when she started to realize, as she sobered up in the prison cell, much like your boy Marky Saint in South Korea, the amount of pain and hurt that I've caused to friends, family, relationships. Like I see groups of friends, people that I know, they all stay friends. They're the alcoholics, they've created their own little group, and they've excluded me from that group, which is fine. We don't really have that much in common. It's kind of like a cult. If you don't participate in the cult, what's the chick that just got busted for having a sex what's the touch one or one touch, a sex group with dollars a year to join and have sex with new members to initiate them or to get them to come into the group, shit like that. I'm not willing to pay $30,000 to have friends. I'm not willing to become an alcoholic to keep those people in my lives. There's plenty of human beings around the world. I'm meeting some of them so I could be free from the unspoken rules that if you do certain behaviors or certain actions. And that's something that I had to free myself from. Free myself from what the public would think or how I would be interpreted. I got my homie, I can't believe you turned the big 4-0 last year. I didn't even know it was his big 4-0 last year. And one of the homies said, hey, yeah, mate, I seen your stuff, man. Good stuff, yeah. And I was like, don't forget to subscribe. He's like, yeah, some of it's quite controversial. I don't know if I'll be subscribing anytime soon. I started laughing. I'm like, yeah, I am quite controversial. I speak the truth, or the truth that I believe is the truth. And no one is perfect. That's what Saints Addiction was all about, was to say mostly saints. It's not like I'm a saint, but I'm mostly saint. I even had somebody say the other day, Saint ain't really his last name. Holy shit, there's a big old bumblebee around the camera. Oh shit, it's near me. I thought it was right by the camera. That would have been dope if it got on the live. Either way you put out content, it's gonna hit some and miss some. Some groups are meant for you, some things are not. Sometimes the sun's out, and then sometimes it's cloudy. This is like this hit or miss situation of complete choices. As soon as you wake up, are you going to brush your teeth? Are you going to take a shower? Are you going to go work out? Are you going to eat right? Are you going to get back into the same routine? Choices are flying literally as soon as you wake up. I know me, I grab my phone to see what time it is, but then I might scan emails and Instagrams or whatever notifications that I have, and that starts off my mind. I carry the phone to the toilet, morning shit behind me, and I'm like, is this my pattern? Is this something that I want to keep doing? And I could remind myself of the results that I want, right? I could say, well, you're not going to really motivates me. We're talking about the morning motivation, right? Motivation. Without even smoking weed, I still come up here and I still work out. What's up, guys? And I still got to finish the things that I set myself to. So it's one of those things that's like a choice, It's like I'm making a choice every day to finish the things that I say I'm going to do instead of doing the things that I always wanted to do or anything like this. We got some guys working out, so hopefully they need this gym equipment. I don't know what they're doing, but yeah. Uh, right back into patterns or setting new patterns is really the two choices that we got. It takes like 28 days to make a new pattern. I'm making it the last month, if that, 30 days, make it my new morning routine instead of grabbing the weed or grabbing the coffee or whatever other bullshit that I come up with. So it's one of those that I set the pattern, I set the momentum, and I can kill the momentum easily by being on my phone or not following through with my workouts or whatever and shit like that. So it's choices, it's patterns, it's habits, it's all that stuff coming together. And I'm grateful to see other people starting new habits or following through for their new patterns and making our reality different than the current reality that it is. I find that a lot of people just complain on what's happening now instead of doing something now. And that's something that's like a waste of energy to sit there and go, well, I'm just going to complain about it and it's going to change it. It's not going to change shit. You got to go make the change happen. So let's get it in. And it all comes down to commitment. We're all making a commitment to our lives. We're waking up every day. Every day you're alive. I see a young woman and an old man over there. Each one has lived every day of their lives. How much were they committed to their commitments? You know, they're not going to be convenient. My great aunt Marlene will tell you, it's only when you challenge your, she would say that your, what's the word I'm looking for? Not provisions. What's the word she would say? She would say that your, what's the word I'm looking for? Your priorities? No. Your, what's the word for something that you're committed to? Your, oh man, come on, Aunt Marlene, speak to me right now. Your providing your, oh man, fuck, dude, what is the word? Something's not convenient. Your, oh man, I'm gonna spend the whole time trying to figure it out. No fucking way. I'm gonna P A B C D C it's not priorities. What the fuck's the word? I didn't even smoke weed this morning. It's a word for um uh and having your pen starts with a P, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, priorities. I keep wanting to say priorities is not the word. This is going to escape me, and I don't want it to escape me. I don't want to lose this thought on my tongue, too. Your... Let's get another set in. Hold on. I'm going to think about this one. Hold up. Don't talk to the laptop. It's not prejudices. Principles. Fuck. Principles. Your principles will never be convenient. They'll always be challenged, and commitment to them. You're gonna be, yeah, I never drink, and then somebody offer you a drink, and then there goes the word never. Or I hardly ever sleep with someone without a condom. Says everyone, but then you're also having sex without condoms. There's so many choices that you have to look at yourself and say that I'm a man of principle. That means even if it is a hot chick, I'm not taking the condom off. And even if it is my workouts, I got to stay committed to them. Or even if it is me against me, it's always been me against me. It's never been me against somebody else. And as somebody that's been that also meant that I hated losing, and I beat myself up if I didn't get to win at life. And that's gonna happen. So knowing that losses happen, knowing that there's a lot of loss out there in the world, and that I also will not win every competition, made me very human and humble. And it's not exactly like I'm modest. If you actually do what you say you're going to do, the amount of brevity and light that can shine into our lives once we stay consistent to ourselves and we become a man of honor or a woman of honor, what's really counts. And that's what I was talking about the whole fucking time, is just keeping a commitment to myself and keeping me and my commitments to me a priority. So yeah, yes, you see me. Yeah. So it's one of those where we all got to come together. We all got to fucking make it happen. And if we can encourage each other to stay on it and be the type of person that keeps their principles, even in the face of a lot of pressure and a lot of peers looking at you, making other things go, then you know if you really are committed. Peace and love. And as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, share, subscribe, and do your workouts too. Peace. I'll see you guys. Ciao. Go ahead.
Yeah.